I need new tongs. You always need new tongs, they wear out through being in the fire. These date back to when I first started and they're starting to feel their age now. So some nice new ones, especially with different nibs, would be good. So the first part of this process is to mark out the anvil so you know what you're doing. And the first part of that process is using chalk. Now here's a real top tip: sharpen your chalk. I'm going to hand hold this, can't be bothered to move the tripod. Side of the wheel. So that's lovely sharp chalk. A bit steeper than that, I think. Lovely. I'm going to have to do this video in several parts. This is part one. So this will be marking out the anvil and making the nibs, hinge plates and all the set downs. So the first thing to do is to draw a baseline that you're going to work to across your anvil. I prefer to draw it right near the hardy hole. There we go. Simple enough. The next thing to do, we need a 45-degree angle marked out on the anvil. To do that, very simply, measure the width of the anvil, which in my case is 4.5 inches. Measure 4.5 inches away from your baseline, mark that, and then draw from that mark to the top of your baseline. And when you have, there is a 45-degree angle. Next thing we need to do is mark out the set downs. Now the first set down is for the nib, this part here, the bit that does the holding, the nib. So in this case I'm thinking of doing rather large nibs. You often use 25 up to 35 millimeters for that. I'm going to use 40. No, looking at that, looks a bit big. I'll go 30. So that's my first set down there, 30. Now I need another mark on the top of the anvil, the same distance. That's 30 again. I'm choosing to put it there because that's one spot I've got a decent edge on the anvil. All the rest of the edges are pretty poor. There we go, we're all set out and ready then. So I'll start the fire. Obviously you can use many different sizes of stock. These are going to be a fairly hefty pair of tongs, so this is 16mm square, 8" long, 2 pieces. You can obviously use 12 or 10mm square, depending on the application. I'll come to the first mark, hammer half on and half off the anvil. Start a bit, straighten it out a bit. Not terribly good, as usual. Thinner here than here. Needs more work here. Got to come down to about half the thickness of the parent stock. That's about right. Now, the next move is to rotate to my left, that's anti-clockwise, 90 degrees. Come forward to the 45-degree mark I made on the anvil. Make sure the very shoulder in there is on the edge of that mark there. Quite tricky I find this. And then set down there again, half on and half off. Second set down. This is the make or break manoeuvre really. At the fire, offer it up the first way, 90 degrees left. That's the general idea. Straighten that out again before we put it back in the fire. Always do the same or you'll get lost. First, second. I'm not so sure this is going to plan, to be honest. I'm not so sure at all. Not to worry. Next thing now is to come back here, a hammer width and a half. Take it down to a half, the original stock size again. One, two. Going to find out where I've gone wrong soon. You watch. One, two. Try to come with a heel now. I only find out how this is going when I made the second one and see where they don't fit together. Okay, third set down now. Out the fire, 1, turn left 2, turn left again, get that hinge, get that 45 degree on the edge of the handle, look at your chalk mark, you've set at 30, then look for a mark here, be it a bit of scale or whatever, then move the piece forward to the edge of the handle and set down again, half on, half off. One, turn left, 2, turn left again, off the corner, I've got my mark, happy with that. A bit squished up and mangled, but that's the general idea. Right, I need to straighten that nib out now, somehow. At that at all there. Don't want to look at that at all still. And repeat on the next one. Quick list of the problems as I see them so far. I don't like the look of that there, where that's folded there. I don't think that's deep enough there. I think this is too thick here, definitely. Well, I'm going to make the other one, see how we get on. I think I may have figured out what's caused this horrible fold here. I think I can bring you in a lot closer here. Where I've marked the 45 degree line here, where I've set down at 45 degrees, I'm sure you can see there's a good old chunk out the handle there. Now, I know Glad Workman blames his tools, but I think that exactly fits that shape. I've ended up with there. I've ended up with there. I don't quite know. See there. I don't quite know what I can do about that, but let's see later. Too warm that, it's gone sparkly. First set down, 90 degrees left. Second set down. First 90 left, second. 90 left, second set down 90 left, third set left. Next step, and something I should have done on my first nib, is to reduce this width here the same width as that there. So all that should be the same width. Two nibs going together, not terribly well. In fact, they're blooming awful, aren't they? I think they are. That should be there. Yep, I do think they're awful. Still, might get a functional pair of tongs out of them. Next game now, draw the reins out.